And you will discover that submission is actually protection. You see, when you make yourself vulnerable under God, God owes you to be the one to defend you. And when God defends a woman, you know, in the book in Malachi chapter 2, the priests were crying to God that, God, why are you not hearing our prayer? God blocked their, as they were praying, the thing was bouncing back. He said, it's because I am a witness between you and the wife of your youth. He said, because you have dealt treacherously with the wife of your youth. In other words, it is God that fights for a woman. Those women didn't know that God was fighting for them. They will have formed a group and be saying, you see, we women, we don't even know what life we came for. Look at all the things they are doing. Nobody to fight. Let's start a gender movement. But God had gone ahead of them to fight for them. So submission is protection. That's why even for us as a church, submission is our protection. The Bible says God will avenge every disobedience when your own obedience is complete. We are protected by submitting to Christ. As soon as you go outside of that submission to Christ, you make yourself vulnerable to the kingdom of darkness. So submission is actually protection. That's where your protection comes from. It's a beautiful thing when you allow God to fight for you. It's a beautiful thing when you make God your refuge. You see, we think we are too wise. We think we are smart enough to defend ourselves. We think we are smart enough to talk back. You think you are smart enough to always speak back. When Moses was abused by his own sisters and brother, he kept mute. He didn't say anything. And the Bible says he was the meekest man on earth. That's a man that can spit fire. The anointing Moses carried, Elijah, they didn't carry it. When they abused Elisha and Elijah, they were ready to call fire. Moses knew what he carried. Something that he just gave small to 70. Out of what he carried to 70 men, they were going up. They became full-time prophets. Just because they placed his rod on 70 people and they became full-time prophet. But Moses kept mute. He didn't say a word. God said, and then God said, Miriam, it's true you are a prophet. But you are not like this one. This my servant. You are not even afraid to speak to my servant. I pray God will give you that wisdom as a woman, that you will learn to keep quiet. If you keep quiet, God will speak for you. If you speak for yourself, God will keep quiet. So you need to learn to keep quiet. Let God see. He is not stupid. He can't ask you to do something. You know what I've found out about God? He backs up whatever he asks you to do. In obedience, God will back you up. So submission is actually your blessing. Submission is actually your protection. That is where God intends to hide you and keep you safe.